What up, guys? Yeah, we've got another review coming at you, and today is the day. We are reviewing what nobody asked for, but we're getting it. The Bud Light Seltzer Lemon Lime 24-ounce can. Apparently, the Natty Light Seltzers have been doing well enough for them to move it into the name brand or the top tier Bud Light brand. And so this is 5% ABV with only 100 calories, so not bad. It's a higher alcohol content and pretty close to what like your Michelob Light's gonna be. So you can't really complain about that. For me, I am not really a seltzer kind of person because I feel like just get vodka and sparkling water. You'll save a lot of money, and you'll have a higher alcohol content, and you'll have fewer calories. If I was going that route. But if I was to go buying the canned seltzer route, I feel like the selling points for me would be how much alcohol can I get with the fewest amount of calories? That's what I would be shooting for. And 5%, 100 calories, I don't think that's too bad. This entire can is only 200 calories. So I feel like, all right, I'll give you that. But we'll decide whether the taste is worth it. So here we go. I do enjoy the fact that on the back of this it says naturally flavored with other natural flavors. What the hell does that? What does that mean? Naturally flavored with other natural flavors, right on the top of the nutrition facts. I don't know. But here we go. It's pouring very clear. Now, when I got this, there was a mango flavor as well, so we'll see how this turns out. I mean, it pours just like, nice fizz kind of popping on it. I don't know if you probably can't see that at all, but you got the bubbles popping. So carbonated water all the way. See if there's any other information you need to know about. Not really. You can follow them on Instagram if you want to follow Bud Light Seltzer on Instagram. And again, because this is probably for people buying this, probably want to know some of the nutrition facts. It is less than a gram of sugar, 2 carbs, and it's gluten-free. So there you go. And only 20 milligrams of salt. So that means you could drink 50 of these in one day, and you'd be tapping out at the 100% sodium levels. So there you go. Anyways, let's get into the review. Get into the smell. I was expecting kind of a muted Sprite. Not quite. There is almost a metallic lime aroma to it. And it's more of like the little key lime kind of things. It's not like your more traditional the bigger limes that you might get for everything else. It has more of that kind of key lime aroma to it. I would also say a sugary sweetness to it, but I mean it says right, less than 1 gram sugar. So that's probably not it, but it does have kind of like a bit of an artificial sweetness thing to it, which I guess I'd expect, but the calorie count is so low that that's probably minimal. Of course, it's not drawing its calories from the actual brewing process, which you get from with the beer. It's drawing. This is probably 100% of the calories is sugar. I'm almost it's the alcohol sugars. That's where the calories are coming from. But there's something else. It's almost like you spilled your Sprite onto some Play-Doh, and you know that aroma that Play-Doh has. It's almost this. It's almost something like that, like very muted, but I don't know. Like it's not like the worst smelling thing in the world. It's not putting me off. I guess I was expecting more of just that lemon lime kind of Sprite, or even a lemon lime just carbonated water. Because if I have a carbonated water with lemon lime, it usually still has a similar to Sprite aroma. This is more. I feel like the key lime aroma, a bit of just like a metally kind of thing. And I know this hasn't been sitting around for very long because they just released the damn thing like a week ago. So it's not pulling flavor off the can. Unless they just repackaged the Natty Light as Bud Light. But I think the Natty Light has more calories in it. But I'm going to give it a half. I was hoping a little more from it, but it's not like, oh my God, we're going to die by drinking it kind of thing. Hopefully, we'll find out. But anyways, let's get into the taste. I'll be perfectly honest, that's not bad. Shit. That is not bad at all. I don't know what I was expecting, but it actually works. It actually works very well. I think it tastes better than a lot of just the regular lemon lime seltzer waters I've had. It works. It just works. You don't taste the alcohol. The level of carbonation works well with the amount of lemon lime you're getting. The taste is very much kind of like a muted Sprite. So the aroma didn't match, but the taste very much is kind of like kind of like the Sprite's starting to lose some of its the syrup in the fountain dispenser. But there was enough taste there for it to be like, okay, this will work. It has a surprisingly good level of lemon lime taste to it. The back end, the very end of it, it's got a bit of that. It's not quite the chalkiness, but there's a bit on the mouthfeel at the very end of the sip. I question for the big can. I didn't find any of the individual cans, the smaller cans for sale, and I didn't really want to buy like a 12-pack of it at the time. So I went with this one. I would recommend going with the smaller ones because, as you can, I don't know if you can really see it now, the carbonation is almost dead. So by the time you get to that bottom, it's going to be flat as hell. So I would recommend going with the 12-ouncer and just buying 2 of them and keeping one in the fridge because the carbonation is going to be gone. But yeah, I'm gonna recommend this on taste. I mean, it says light, simple, right on the label. It's straight to the point. It's not heavy on that chemical taste, which you never know with some of these things. Sometimes it's like this is gonna get a little chemically, especially when you get into like the cherry world, like cherries and like the heavier syrupy kind of flavors. That's when you start to really get that chemical thing. Lemon lime, they really kind of perfected the. It still tastes like lemon and lime without really, you noticing that chemical thing. So, yeah, I'm going to recommend this on taste. If you are a seltzer fan, I think you're going to like this. And it's probably going to be cheaper than most of the other options. Yeah, I don't know what else to say with it. I mean, it's a simple taste, but yeah, I'm still not the biggest fan of the aroma. So maybe just drink it out of the can instead of like this. But I'm doing this more for review purposes. I would never actually just pour my seltzer, my 24-ounce Bud Light seltzer into a glass if I was just drinking it around people. But yeah, I recommend on taste. Next category is value for price. This sucker was $2.49. Again, you are getting 2 beers worth, or yeah, 2 essentially beers worth of this. It's, I think, like a Bud Light. What is that like? That's somewhere between. What was that 4.1 or 4.5? I don't think it's 5%. So this, I believe, has a dab more alcohol for fewer calories. The taste isn't bad, and you're only paying at $2.49. And I got this from wine. I don't know, one of those giant warehouse booze stores. I found that they kind of upsell a little bit, so you can probably find this cheaper at like your gas station. So whatever, $2, $2.49, fair price. I'm gonna recommend it for value price. Next category is distinction. How distinct is it? I mean, it's a seltzer. It's lemon lime. It's not trying to reinvent the wheel here. Of course, I have not had a lot of seltzers. That's really not what I'm going for. But I think, honestly, I'm going to recommend it for distinction. It does exactly what it wants to. It's not giving you some funky tastes. It's not going overboard. It's... yeah, it tastes like it's really going for that, maybe it's more of a 7-Up than Sprite. You know, I feel like 7-Up, the lemon lime is a little less crisp than a Sprite, in my opinion. I feel like that's kind of what this is. But it's not. It's that I can't even talk right now. Because I thought I was gonna super just hate it. I don't. I got both dogs drinking the water. But I'm gonna recommend a distinction. It's light, simple, lemon lime. So yeah, I'm gonna recommend it on distinction. Next category is drinkability, and yes, absolutely, this is one of the easiest drinking things I've had in a while, with anything with alcohol in it. A lot of the other seltzers I've had, either the taste is just lacking, or they try too hard and you get that chemical fake blah taste to it. I think they found the sweet spot. And I'm gonna have to check out that mango one. Or I think there's a couple different flavors. I'm sure it's not just lemon lime and just mango, but I'm gonna have to try out the other ones. We might have to get into a hard seltzer beer battle to see which one reigns supreme. But yeah, drinkability, yeah, I'll recommend it. Last category is what I bought again. Ooh. Yeah, I am not a seltzer person. I would much rather have a beer because I enjoy the taste of beer. With that said, there are certain instances where it's like I want to go lighter. You know, it's when it's like an all-day haul kind of thing. Maybe you're starting an early tailgate for a football game that starts at like 7 or 8 p.m. You don't want to start just like, you know, balls to the wall that early on. On those instances, Yeah. So this will never be my go-to. It'll never be something I keep regularly stocked in the fridge. But there's a time and a place. And I would have no issue buying this. And be damned to people that make fun of me. Because there's a time and a place. So, I would have no problems buying it again. So, I'll recommend it for that. And this thing was a half point away from getting a perfect score. If it wasn't, there's something about the aroma that wasn't just, right there. There's still something that's not just, there's something that's keeping it at a half. But this thing got 5.5 out of 6. I would have never thought that was going to happen. So, good job, Anheuser-Busch. I'm by no means a hard seltzer expert, but you got a beer fan to the core, to you the thumbs up on a seltzer. So, good job. And if you are a seltzer fan at all, I say check it out. But, so that is my review of Bud Light Seltzer Lemon Lime. What do you think? Have you had these yet? Are you a fan? Do you like seltzers in general? And if you do, which ones do you tend to go for? Let me know in the comments. This is only the second seltzer that I've reviewed on this channel outside of the Natty Light one. So let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. I'm gonna have to get into more seltzers now, apparently. But so for myself and Bud Light Seltzer Lemon Lime, take it easy.